I am knowledge giver Sujit Kumar Dubey and today's topic is the pulmonary volume. Okay, in the pulmonary volume, which is also very necessary for the medical students. Okay, and every year this question asked from this chapter, from this topic. Okay, so today we will try to study good way so that we can solve all questions of this chapter, of this topic. Okay, so listen carefully and try to understand that what am I saying. Okay, come and know good way. First point is the tidal volume. What is the tidal volume? So volume of air inhaled or exhaled by a person during resting condition, that is tidal volume. This means which air we take inside and remove outside per minute, that is tidal volume. Okay, and amount of tidal volume, that is 500 milliliter per inhalation or exhalation. Okay, and second point is this means कि we take air. This is inhalation and we remove air. This is exhalation. This means both inhalation and exhalation together. That amount is 500 milliliter and that is called tidal volume. This means volume of air inhaled or exhaled, not only inhaled or not only exhaled, inhaled or exhaled. Volume of air inhaled or exhaled by a person during resting condition. I am talking about the resting condition, not in the motion. Okay, in the resting condition, that is tidal volume, and amount of tidal volume, that is 500 milliliter. Okay. Second is the tidal volume is 500 milliliter per inhalation or exhalation. Second point is the minute respiratory. Tidal volume is 500 milliliter in one respiration, not in the minute. So what is the minute respiration? So in one time, we take air inside and remove air outside of use air, that is 500 milliliter. And in 1 minute, about we take breathe 12 times per minute. Okay, this means if we want to get that minute respiratory volume, then multiply from 500 milliliter multiply 12. Okay, this means tidal volume, that is 500 milliliter, and breathing rate, that is 12 minute, 12 times per minute. This means in 1 minute we take respires 12 times. And one time tidal volume, that is the 500 milliliter, and we want to get that minute respiratory volume. What is the volume of respiratory in 1 minute? Then from the 12 times we take breath, so 12 gune 500 milliliter. Okay, that is the amount of the minute respiratory volume, that is 6000 milliliter. Okay, this means 6 liter. Okay, per minute. Second point is the inspiratory reserve volume. This is not in the resting condition. This is a matter of forcefully inhaled. Okay, forceful inhalation of the air. Inspiratory reserve balloon. This is by a portion. Balloon of air inhaled forcefully. Okay, forcefully, not in the resting condition. Forcefully, if we inhaled air. This is the forcefully inhalation, that is inspiratory reserve volume, that is 2500 to 3000 milliliter. 2500 to 3000 milliliter. This is the inspiratory reserve volume. Okay. Expiratory reserve volume. This is a forceful expiration. This is the forceful expiration volume of air exhaled forcefully. Its amount is 1000 to 1100 milliliter. Okay. This means inspiratory reserve volume, which is take of air, inhaled of air forcefully, that's amount is 2500 milliliter to 3000 milliliter, and expiratory reserve volume, that is expired air forcefully, that's amount is 1000 to 1100 milliliter. Okay. Fourth is the residual volume. What is the residual volume? So residual volume, that is the used air. So volume of air remain in lungs. Okay. Volume of air remain in lungs. Volume of air present in lungs after forcefully exhalation. After forcefully exhalation, volume of air remain in lungs, that is the residual volume, and that amount is 1100 to 1200 milliliter. Okay, that amount is 1100 to 1200 milliliter. So what is the residual volume? What is the residual volume? The volume of air remain in lungs, present in lungs after forcefully expiration. Okay, volume of air present after forcefully expiration कह सकते हो, exhalation कह सकते हो. Okay, which you want, you can say. The volume of air present in lungs after forcefully exhalation, that is the residual volume, and amounts of residual volume, that is 1000 to 1100 to 1200 milliliter. Okay. One point in this, that residual volume is the volume of used air. So this air is cannot be measured by the spirometer. Okay. Residual volume is the volume of used air. So residual volume increases, breathing capacity, respiratory capacity decreases. Breathing capacity, respiratory capacity decreases. Why? Because residual volume is the used air, not a fresh air. Residual volume is the used air. So amount of residual volume increases, breathing capacity decreases. Okay, and all volumes are measured by spirometer except residual volume. In all, tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, all volume of air measured by spirometer except residual volume. Why? Because residual volume is the amount of used air. Due to this, residual volume cannot be measured by the spirometer. Okay. Now is the what is the capacity? Now we'll talk about the pulmonary capacity. Okay. So now is the pulmonary capacity. What is the pulmonary capacity? Such as if you talk about the inspiratory capacity, that is combination of composed of tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. This is the inspiratory capacity. What is the capacity of inspiration? Okay, how much you can inspire? This is a capacity. That is inspiratory capacity. So inspiratory capacity equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. This means tidal volume, that is a 500 milliliter, and inspiratory reserve volume, that is 2500 to 3000 milliliter. Okay, this is the inspiratory capacity. What is expiratory capacity? How much air we can expire? What is the capacity of mind to expire air? So that is composed of tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. So you know good with that tidal volume, that is a 500 milliliter, and expiratory reserve volume, that is 1000 to 1100 milliliter. Okay. Third is the functional residual volume. Functional residual volume. So functional residual volume equal to expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. Or you know good way that expiratory reserve volume, that is 1000 to 1100 milliliter, and residual volume, that is 1100 to 1200 milliliter. Okay, so Bosch addition of expiratory residual volume and residual volume, that is the functional residual volume. Okay, and fourth is the vital capacity. बेटा ये जो है, this is the vital capacity. So what is the vital capacity? So vital capacity, in the vital capacity tool, will see that one vital capacity, it is expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory capacity, and you know good way that inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Okay, so expiratory reserve volume, vital capacity, expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory capacity. This is inhaled by a person without conscious effort, and this is second vital capacity. This is inspiratory reserve volume plus plus expiratory capacity. Okay, and expiratory capacity by tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. Okay, this is exhaled by a portion without conscious effort. And 5 number, that is total lung capacity. What is the capacity of lung? That is the vital capacity plus residual volume. Okay, this is the total lung capacity. Finally, this is inspiratory capacity of tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory capacity about tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume, and vital capacity about tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume and plus expiratory reserve volume. This is the functional residual capacity, and functional residual capacity बराबर expiratory residual volume plus residual volume. Total lung capacity, this is vital capacity plus respiratory capacity. And in this inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity and vital capacity, this is measured by the spirometer, but functional residual capacity and total lung capacity not measured by spirometer. Why? What is the reason behind that? So reason is this, that inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity and vital capacity in this residual volume is not present, so this is measured by the spirometer, but in functional residual capacity and total lung capacity, residual volume is present, so this is not measured by the spirometer. Okay, and this is also very necessary for the medical student, so you don't forget this. Okay, remember always time of this. In the next classes, we will study about the mechanism of breathing and to know good way and get the knowledge of the mechanism of breathing. Wait up the next class. Okay, thank you.
सब्सक्राइब करना भूल गए, यानी जिंदगी में लक्ष्य को पाना भूल गए।